Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, so we were talking off air about Doctor Who, and I felt it warranted a cast. You know, I've been going into, like, say, Barnes & Noble, and I've told Chris about this, and I asked for different Doctor Who stuff. And I told him off air, it's like we're in another universe, because I asked these people, and they don't even know what I'm talking about. They don't have the Titans anymore. They don't have the stuff. There's like hardly anything there. And the first thing when I say Doctor Who, they think I'm talking about Grey's Anatomy or something else. And I'm like, what happened to all these people, right, Chris? For years that were like you were saying, right? What were we saying about like Matt Smith? You were saying.
So and this is just my own experience, so this might not be indicative of what's happening everywhere with Doctor Who, but I remember just around where I lived, I couldn't turn anywhere without seeing Doctor Who stuff, like literally. It was everywhere when Matt Smith was around.
Yeah.
I started noticing that when we got to the later seasons with the 12th Doctor, not that it's his fault or anything, but
right.
I started noticing that a lot of the stuff started to kind of vanish. And then now it's nowhere. I barely see Doctor Who stuff.
They put Matt Smith on a bus. Right? On the buses, in the billboards, in the city. When Capaldi was in, that marketing started shrinking dramatically. Right. Where you didn't see them promote it really as much as they normally would. Now it's a situation where I'll go, let's say, because I go into Midtown Comics for like the different toys and stuff like that, right? You know, maybe sometimes comics. I have my own place I get comics, but they don't have Titans anymore of Doctor Who. They have every Titan there is, but not Doctor Who. And then I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? I was saying, I was going to the Forbidden Planet. Remember, and I was going here once a month or twice a month or whatever, or whatever. And they used to have a huge section of Doctor Who, remember? And they kept shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And it's like, now I haven't been there lately, but it's like being erased from existence almost. Like, I don't understand. You would have thought with Jodie Whittaker with all this stuff. And even there, you'll go to Hot Topic. It's not in the front. It's mixed with other stuff. There's not, people are just not, they rejected it. Totally. I mean.
I remember in Hot Topic, there used to be like a whole section solely devoted to stuff. I don't really see that anymore.
And when they have her stuff, it says her universe. So of course now a guy's not going to buy that because it's all, by gender, and even females are not buying.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you though? Like, I mean, you can't market it on one gender because Doctor Who was for everybody. Now you were so enthusiastic about it being a female that you made it where it's only for females. That's not the case. I mean, you wouldn't put that on your merchandise, her universe. You wouldn't even put universe on there. You'd just be like Doctor Who merchandise. That's it.
I think that the gap between when it was announced that Jodie Whittaker was taking the part and when it actually came out, I think that had something to do with it. But I think maybe the writing and the stories during Capaldi's time just turned a lot of people off to it.
And then you had a great story like the Multi-Master story, but too little too late, though.
Right. At that point, it was like, okay.
And then you got a hodgepodge Christmas thing that, while it was nice, we didn't really have a villain. It was, like, weird, right?
Yeah. And, I honestly, I made the comparison that it was like wrestling. Like, way back when, you couldn't find somebody who wasn't a wrestling fan.
Right.
Now, it's hard to find people who are wrestling fans if you're just out in a crowd or you're, talking to people. Because they always say, oh, I used to watch it then. That's become the narrative. Like, oh, I used to watch it when David Tennant was the Doctor, but I don't watch it anymore. Right. And it's like, something's wrong. If you're losing people that much, something's wrong.
When I went to that sale, I don't know if I told you, but I did a video on it, right? There's JHU sale, comics, right? They're like, oh, you like Doctor Who, right? Yeah. Oh, please take this off our hands. It's like, what? There's like literally 25 magazines for $5. So I'm like, yeah, because they're like $13 each.
Right.
And of course I got another deal, 100 comics for, I think it was $25 or something, right? But it was like, Jesus. Now, We talked about this. Vaughn brought this to my attention. Remember? Capaldi's appearance in here. They drew him. He's a serial killer. Do you remember that?
I think so.
Yeah. Remember how she was showing pages?
Yeah,
That the artist drew Capaldi, and he was a serial killer and all this.
Yeah.
You know how like this is a hardcover. This is like $30, right, or more, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think it was like $40 or $50, and then Amazon had a special deal for it, right? This was literally quarters. Quarters, bro. Like 100 comics. This is considered, trades were considered in that deal. So you got one trade for like $1, right? But it was like you got 100, so it wasn't really you spending. It was insane, dude. $25 for 100 comics. It was literally quarters, dude. This just getting this alone was worth the whole damn thing. And I got other trades, dude. I'm talking you, trades is like the compilation of like all these comics, like thick trades.
Right.
Like $1, but really it was less than $1 because you had, 100 comics, like mixture. So it was like insane. So Doctor Who, all this stuff, don't want to have it anymore. Like, I mean, yes, they still carry new stuff, but I go all over the place. I go Barnes & Noble. I'll go like all these magazine places, right? I don't see it anywhere. Doctor Who stuff. Phasing it out. They don't even want the magazine anymore because why should they have the magazine if we never get it on time? We get it a month late. So it's irrelevant because we'll have to look it up on the news, right?
Right.
No purpose to carry it if you're going to give it to us a month late. So don't even carry it at all. So me and Chris were just talking about this. We wanted you guys to be part of the conversation. Now they introduced, right, the VR game, which nobody probably cares about now anyway. So we hope Doctor Who gets popular and big and everything, but right now it's phasing out. Do something, Chibnall.
It's funny because I used to kind of laugh at the idea of Doctor Who getting bought by Disney or somebody, some big production company. Now that I look at it, it's like that might be the only thing that saves it.
They listen, rent it out and see what, because honestly, if the series is going to end, have Jodie Whittaker regenerate in a movie into somebody like Alan Cummings or something, and Alan Cummings can only do Doctor Who if it's not like 10 months, so he does a movie once in a while. There you go, or something. But you can't let it die. And you have till 2023, so delaying it a year, it's pointless. You're killing it a slow death. Don't hide the information coming in. Chibnall, make damn toys. Like, make them make stuff of all these actors. They're not doing any of that. So it's dying. It's dying. There's nothing to say about it. It's dying. And if you don't think it's dying, think about all the things they're doing to promote it without Jodie Whittaker, like the John Pertwee set coming out, and missing episodes and Big Finish. But is Jodie Whittaker's Series 12 boosting anything with Doctor Who, or is it hindering it? Because that's supposed to be the main thing of Doctor Who, is the current series, and it's not boosting Doctor Who at all. So Chibnall needs to take a page and fix it. Even BBC America, like I was just telling Chris, got cable back. BBC America does not have Doctor Who anymore. Like, you go into demand sections, they don't even want it in there. And I've read stuff about it that it just does so bad or whatever, and people don't want to see it. It's like they took it off. But the whole purpose of BBC America coming to existence was because Doctor Who. So, bad times ahead, people. Unless Doctor Who gets his groove on or something, we're going to lose everything. So, you making us wait a year, that's a big mistake. All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye for now.